Day 1 begins the menstrual cycle as the uterus starts shedding its inner linings. Each phase is controlled carefully by hormones and reproductive organs. The brain, ovaries, and uterus constantly communicate during the cycle. Follicles develop inside the ovaries to mature and release an egg. The brain sends hormones that help stimulate follicle growth inside the ovaries. The uterine lining becomes thinner as old tissue continues leaving the body. Hormones travel through the bloodstream to coordinate changes throughout the cycle. One follicle slowly becomes dominant and prepares to mature an egg. The reproductive system works together carefully during every stage of the cycle. As menstruation ends, the body prepares for a new reproductive phase. After menstruation, follicles inside the ovary continue developing rapidly. The ovaries begin producing more estrogen as follicles continue growing. Estrogen helps rebuild the uterine lining for possible pregnancy preparation. Undominant follicle becomes the main source of the developing egg. Inside the follicle, the egg matures and prepares for ovulation. Estrogen signals uterine cells to grow thicker and healthier. The brain carefully regulates hormones throughout the follicular phase. The uterine lining becomes richer with nutrients and blood vessels. The brain carefully regulates hormones throughout the follicular phase. The body now approaches one of the most important stages of the cycle. Ovulation begins when the mature follicle prepares to release the egg. A surge of luteinizing hormone triggers the ovulation process. The mature egg is released from the ovary into the fallopian tube. The fallopian tube carefully guides the egg after ovulation. The egg travels slowly through the fallopian tube toward the uterus. The uterus is now fully prepared to support a fertilized egg. The empty follicle transforms into a structure called the corpus luteum. The corpus luteum produces progesterone to support the uterine lining. Ovulation is the shortest but most active phase of the cycle. The released egg remains viable for about 1 day after ovulation. After ovulation, the corpus luteum becomes hormonally active. Progesterone keeps the uterine lining thick and stable. The uterus remains prepared for possible implantation of a fertilized egg. If fertilization does not occur, the egg slowly breaks down. Hormone levels begin decreasing toward the end of the luteal phase. The corpus luteum gradually shrinks when pregnancy does not occur. The uterine lining starts preparing for another menstrual phase. The brain continues coordinating hormonal balance throughout the body. The cycle prepares to return to menstruation once again. The reproductive system begins resetting for the next monthly cycle. The menstrual cycle is a repeating monthly reproductive process. Each phase is controlled carefully by hormones and reproductive organs. The brain, ovaries, and uterus constantly communicate during the cycle. Ovulation marks the release of a mature egg from the ovary. The uterine lining changes continuously throughout the monthly cycle. Hormones regulate timing, tissue growth, and reproductive preparation. If pregnancy does not occur, the cycle begins again naturally. The menstrual cycle is an important part of female reproductive health. This natural cycle repeats throughout the reproductive years of life.